Hey, what is up everyone? It is the biggest bird in the verse, FC, aka Fried Chicken. Now, before we start today's video, I just want to, touch up and give you guys a small update to the whole entire hacking debacle that has hit Star Citizen. And one of the things I want to talk about is what CIG has done. Recently, CIG has made an official post talking about what they're doing. They made a few posts here and there. With this one, they're talking about how they rose the security levels of Easy Anti-Cheat, which, in my opinion, has put a halt to the hacking. Again, in my opinion, this is more of a band-aid than anything else, just to try making sure things run a bit more smoothly while they try to figure it out. And, I do appreciate CIG for actually doing something. And, looking at the global chats, talking to people on Spectrum, they're saying that they're experiencing way less interruptions in their gameplay. So that, in my opinion, is a win. A small win, but a win's a win. And so, CIG's doing something. They're not just sitting on their butts. They're doing something to try figuring out how to, reverse all this. Maybe reverse engineer the software that hit them. And one of the other things that's really cool is that CIG did this quick little update with Easy Anti-Cheat. They rose the security levels, and one thing I saw in the comments of my two most recent videos recently was that this could possibly affect other OS users, and particularly Linux users. And according to people on Spectrum and other sources and stuff like Reddit and things like that, and also global chat in game, Linux users are not affected. So that's also another small win for CIG. I do not know about VR though, their proprietary software pieces. I have a Tobii eye tracker, which it's third party. It's not 100% integrated into the game. It's something else. I haven't booted that up since all of this has been updated, but I will do that later on just to see if it still works properly, even though that the Easy Anti-Cheat has been elevated with the security levels. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I have to go off of because that is what CIG has given us. So I just gotta wait till the next update before I can say anything else or whatever. But now let's talk about yours truly, biggest bird on the block. As you guys know, I have been under fire from another content creator. His name is CitizenTecTalk. He has been making a lot of wild accusations, and it's not just towards me. It's also towards other people who has entered his comments, challenging him, asking for proof, asking for evidence of all of his claims, all of his predictions, and all this other stuff. But whenever someone had left a comment that was challenging him, he would automatically snap at his commenters, calling them hackers, calling them sympathizers, calling them gaslighters, just like me, because I made a video that he didn't like. And yeah, he went off really hard. And I think my silence has really said a lot more than anything else, which in my opinion is moving mountains, just because I'm watching him attack his own player base, his own community. I'm thinking, this dude is wild, he's cracked. Why is he attacking his own viewership in this way? You should not do that as a content creator. If you're doing something like a game like Star Citizen, it should be community based, which is how I base my content. I ask you guys all the time what I can do to make things better or other stuff in general. You guys know it, all my followers, they see it. And I do appreciate everyone who steps in and says what they want to say and voice their opinions. And I always respond to comments too. I'm out there doing what I do, Big Bird holding the city down the best way I possibly can. Again, like I said, this dude, he's making wild accusations, not towards just me. I saw him make an accusation towards Kabutops, Quintaro, a couple other content creators here and there. And then after that, he's getting called out. And then other people are making videos talking about him being called out. And what happened is I started noticing that his comments were dropping. He was deleting comments as well, only keeping the ones that were supporting his video. So you guys can watch whoever you guys want. I don't care, but listen a little better when it comes to what people say in their videos, especially this dude. He's making some wild accusations and claims with nothing to provide us proof. So you guys do what you want to do. This is all I'm going to say about this matter. And after this, I'm going to remain silent because I don't have anything else to say because I am who I am. I'm the biggest bird in the verse, FC, aka Fried Chicken. But other than that, let's hop over into the actual video. Today, I'm going to be showing you 3 tips and tricks that may make life a lot easier for you in the contestant zones. Now, this first little tip involves the fuses and the doors that actually require fuses. Now, I know a lot of you has run into this issue before while trying to make your way through the contestant zones. You are trying to make your way through the fuse door, but you cannot put the fuse into the door, so you are trying to put it in with the tractor beam, but it's not easy. You have to rotate it and you have to rotate it, and you just are continuously rotating it, trying to get it to fit into that slot. Well, what if I told you there is an easier way how to do this? Well, watch closely. The first thing you want to do is turn your back to the door, go into your inventory, and then drop the fuse. Now, this will put the fuse at a particular angle, which will make it easy to tractor beam into the machine. So tractor beam it, and then move your mouse forward while holding the R button, and it'll tilt the fuse up a little bit. Then all you got to do is take a step back and then slide it right into the door. I do this every single time real quick and fast. And also, you're able to retrieve the fuse if you're fast enough. Pull out your primary and then quickly hit the F button, and you'll pull out your fuse and the door will start closing automatically. Now, this will help you conserve fuses, especially if you're in an area that doesn't have any spawning in. So just, keep that in mind when you're actually using the fuses on the doors. Now, let's talk about something that has been plaguing players who have been trying to collect the comp boards within the contested zones. Have you noticed sometimes when you walk up to a comp board card printer that sometimes the machine is broken and you're just not able to collect your beautiful comp boards that you want to collect because you can't interact with the machine? Well, I have a fix for you. So when you walk up to a machine and you look at it and it looks like this, then you can't really interact with it. There's realistically only one thing you can do just to get the machine fixed for yourself, and that is going to be pretty much Alt F4ing. You do this, and once you pop back into the game, it will be fixed. Now, the biggest issue with this is that it will leave you vulnerable, so make sure you clear out any hostiles that are in the area. But once you do pop back in, you're going to be able to interact with the machine if there is no counter. In my case in this video, there is a 7-minute counter on the machine itself, so I was able to have a little fun. The NPCs that I killed earlier are a little buggy, but as soon as you walk into them, they kind of just glitch back into where they were just at after I killed them. But yeah, it's very simple, very easy. Again, the only real issue here is that you leave yourself vulnerable. Especially if you want like that number 5 card at Ghost Arena or the 7 card at Obituary. That's a huge high traffic area where players are going to be coming in and out of, so you really got to make sure you do things properly and hide accordingly. And yeah, that is all 3. I taught you guys how to use the fuses to get in and out of doors real quickly, how to actually retrieve fuses back from the door in case you are only walking in with one, and then ways how to make the card printers actually print if they're not working. But now I have a bonus one for you that I actually learned live on stream due to the menace of the golden rhinos, Gaporo. Look, Gaporo, I don't like how you left me like this. Oh, I dropped my gun. That's crazy. So if you do a takedown on someone with their gun in their hand, you can. I didn't know that. I'm gonna start doing that more often. So what Gaporo did to me was a non-lethal takedown. And when he did this non-lethal takedown, it forced me to drop my firearm. And I was like, what was that? And so I decided to run it and test it against other players in the contestant zones to see what actually happens. So as you can see here, I'm stalking this dude right here a little bit, and I get right behind him and I do a non-lethal takedown. The gun in his hand does indeed drop to the floor, which happens to be a Gallant. I then waste him, take his gun, and I'm like, yo, this is awesome. So if you see someone who has a nice shiny little gun and you really want it and you're stalking them and you're sneaking up on them, you have the opportunity to do just that. Now here comes the sad part about performing this takedown maneuver and taking their gun. The person who you did the takedown on, when they respawn, they no longer have their gun. It's gone for whoever you took the gun from. So this can be looked at either as griefing or just people just being mean in general. So take that with a grain of salt, depending if you wish to do this action or not. Just be aware that you may cause, someone to become angry in the global chat because you stole their gun. So like I said, this is more of a bonus than anything else. Do it if you will. It's cool, but it's also uncool, especially since T0 is supposed to give everything back. Anything you take off of a person's body while they're in death animation does not respawn with them when they respawn. So keep that in mind. This is why sometimes when you respawn, you may have 0 magazines on your body because the person who killed you as soon as they killed you, took all of your mags and med pens and grenades off your body immediately. And boom, that is pretty much it. Hopefully the update that CIG does is, actually worthwhile when they bump up the easy anti-cheat. Hopefully that does remedy some of the issues. There's no telling when it'll bounce right back with all the hacks and stuff. So we just gotta wait to see what happens in the future. And like I said earlier at the beginning of the video, make sure you take whatever that other guy says word with a grain of salt, because he's just not accusing me, he's accusing everyone. I'm pretty much unfazed because I know exactly who I am and I'm not worried about it. And then also for anyone who enjoyed these little tips for the contestant zones, hopefully they actually help you progress through the zones a lot easier. And that little bonus one at the end, like I said, do that one at your own free will. It is fun, but it's also mean at the same time. So do as you do and, play the way how you want to play. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but just enjoy yourself. But other than that, make sure you guys rate, comment, and subscribe. Slap that like button because it really does help push me up in the algorithm. But you guys already know who it is. It is the biggest bird in the verse, FC, aka Fried Chicken. Big Bird out.